Hey guys, this is William with another video for Play-agricola.com's YouTube channel and twitch.tv/play_agricola. I'm playing an EIK WM France Deck G456 game with Mercator, Barbarossa, and PM. Let's look at the cards I don't recognize. Poker Player. You get 3 bonus points if you play 7 occupations. Farm Overseer, plow at least a field, you get 1 food for each stable. That's actually kind of interesting. You have a reason to build a bunch of those things. I think the best card here though is probably Fence Dealer. Poker Player, I don't know if I'm going to play all my occupations. Crop Rotator is good, Pear Peeler is good, but there are other cards that have those effects, so I think Fence Dealer is the pick. Next up we have Boyer. Get a food when people take sheep is the early game effect of that. Plow Deal Maker. I'm not sure about Plow Deal Maker. Hedgekeeper is pretty good, but I don't want to take it when I just took Fence Dealer. So I think probably Plow Deal Maker is the pick. Although whenever somebody else plays this card, I'm always like really annoyed because it gives a bunch of points to your opponents. I think it's okay. We'll take it. All right. Land Surveyor, Master Renovator, meh. Not really interested in either of those. I mean, Land Surveyor is kind of something with Plow Deal Maker because it gives you a way of getting more early. Agrarian is a kind of something, but I don't need to take it here. Best card here I think is Profit. Reno Fence actions are good. Lots of points. And then this one, Livestock Actuary. Whenever you use an animal space, you get 2 clay, wood, stone. Hill Cultivator, you get clay on vegetables. Turkey Breeder is pretty good. I do like Turkey Breeder. Vegetable Importer is something for sure. I think Turkey Breeder is... although Turkey Breeder is not as good when I have Fence Dealer in hand. That's true. Because Fence Dealer means I don't get the extra value for 2 of them. Alright, so then we've got Veggie Importer and Turkey Breeder. Wheelbarrow Pusher is something as well, although I'm not as crazy on Wheelbarrow Pusher. I like Turkey Breeder better than it, and I think I like Veggie Importer better than it as well. Although Veggie Importer is pretty nice. Yeah, let's grab Turkey Breeder. It's a good card, and maybe I'll get that card back that's like whenever you plow, you get food for stables and vice versa. Because that actually, with a free stable from Turkey Breeder plus like 1 manual stable, will pay for my Plow Deal Maker for the whole game. I could do something like that. And then I would pretty much never need a plow action. So that looks okay. Appreciate these guys being patient. I was finishing a game of Magic Arena. It was a pretty funny game. My opponent had Rotting Regisar, which is this card that is really good, but you have to discard a card every turn to keep it alive. And then I had a card which I could just cycle infinitely to block him, and the other guy had a card which we both had skeletons, which we were both cycling. So it was just like stalling until I got enough mana. Alright, looking next up. Pear Peeler is pretty nice. Although I think Cabbage Lover is a bit better. Tenant Farmer is kind of something, especially if you get any other way of breeding animals with Turkey Breeder. I think it's between Cabbage Lover and Pear Peeler for me. And we're going to go with... Oh, we're going to go with Cabbage Lover. Pear Peeler is not as good late in the game. And Cabbage Lover is fine. That he could call us or something if he needed help. Okay, next up. I think I probably want to be taking the animal spaces. So I think I can take Woodcutter. It's just an okay early game occupation. I probably want to play... Yeah, I want to play Turkey Breeder. The rest I'm not so sure about. Woodcutter letting me build extra stables would be kind of nice. And these, I don't need any of these. I'll take Master Renovator just in case I get something that combos with it. Well, Clay supports Grotto. Those are two cards that absolutely combo with it. Scrapyard Plow. Discard a minor improvement to plow an additional... Oh, that's pretty cool. Downsizing I don't need with Fence Dealer in hand. I think for me it's between Clay Supports and Grotto, although Loom is interesting as well. I think these two are a bit more powerful. Grotto, I don't really have a ton of ways of getting food, so I think the pick is Clay Supports. I could consider Loom, but I think with this setup, Clay Supports is the pick. Actually, you know what? No, I'm going to take Loom here. I saw Loom, power 4.4. I have Turkey Breeder. I have plenty of reasons of getting sheep early. I don't have that many early occupations. So I think, and with Woodcutter, building wood rooms is totally fine for me. Yeah, okay. Alright, next up. These are all very weak. I don't need Mini Pasture at all. I think the pick is Dre. Just because it's a free point. I don't expect to actually use its effect all that often. I'm also kind of taking it away from the player who took Wheelbarrow Pusher. So maybe I should have taken Wheelbarrow Pusher and then I would have that plus Dre together, which would be pretty nice. So we will see. Alright, yeah, because I'm thinking in my early game, Woodcutter plus Turkey Breeder, get sheep breeding, play Loom to get food per harvest. Oh man, okay, well, I like whale oil quite a bit, especially when I have cards that occupations that I'm not in a big rush to play. The only card with kind of a timer is Woodcutter. Turkey Breeder, yes, but to a lesser extent. So a card like whale oil, I would have lots of time to build up the food on it. Dovecoat is just a reasonable card. 2 stone for 2 points with 1 action is nice. Piggy Bank, again, Piggy Bank with Dre is a bit of something, but I think the pick has to be Carpet with Loom in hand, and the fact that I'm planning to go for a big house. I think the pick just has to be Carpet. Loom, Turkey Breeder in hand. So I'm definitely going for early sheep. The one thing I have to remind myself, did I see any other ways of holding animals early, or did I see any way of eating animals early? I don't think so. So I should be able to win the race with Turkey Breeder. But if whale oil could come back, that would be amazing. I'm doubtful that it will. But if whale oil could come back, 3 wood into whale oil, into 2 food, and then Turkey Breeder would be an okay start. Depending on when Sheep and Major Minor come out. So if I already have 4 fences, playing Fence Stealer is like a 4th wood action. This is the way I should think. Oh, whoa! Steel Plow came this late. Wow. I guess I don't need to play Plow Deal Maker. Yeah, there aren't a lot of. Didn't see a lot of early food occupations in this game, which is definitely making it kind of funny that Grotto is still available. Normally it's picked pretty early. Downsizing coming all the way around. I wonder what that means. Like, I have Fence Dealer, so I'm pretty sure I'm not taking it, but. Something with, like, Dre with Peasant's Boutique is maybe a little more playable, but. Grotto. Grotto is okay, but like I don't have a way of generating the food early in the game, which you want to be able to do. So I think 1 food for 1 point dough is okay. And then I get all these are pretty not great. Banana Tree is the most playable of all of them, I would say. Banana Tree is a totally fine, like, round 4 minor improvement. And then these, I guess Shepherd's Pipe is the most likely to actually get played. Yeah, probably not playing Master Renovator, probably not playing Plow Deal Maker. And then my minors, it'll depend on how the game goes. This is a funny draft. There's like a lot of different avenues open, and some of the cards that I would have expected to get taken are not getting taken as early as they potentially could be. So we'll see. We'll see what's going on. So the one thing about fence dealer is usually you end up wanting to fence 4 small pastures, which means you have a lot of empty spaces that your pastures are not covering. Now a card like Steel Plow helps alleviate that because it means I only need 2 plow actions to cover 5 spaces. And then let's say I build 3 rooms or build 2 rooms, then I'd only have 2 extra spaces to cover. So I could do like 3 plow deal maker fields and then Steel Plow. That is an option. Although, what would that be? That would be 1 action and 7 food for 3 fields. I mean, it's not atrocious. So we start second, which is always an excellent position to be in. Statistically, it's the best position. Reedstone food to start. So PM plays Poker Player, which is the card that rewards playing all your occupations early. Ooh, Morning Trader for Mercator. Morning Trader is an excellent card. Definitely passed him some really excellent crop usage, like the ovens, for example. So that'll be a little scary. I wonder if he also might have taken Wheelbarrow Pusher with Morning Trader, because the problem with Morning Trader is your last action in stage 1 is normally very, very bad. And it makes it difficult to get on the occupation space especially, but if you can play something like Wheelbarrow Pusher, then it would be a lot more worthwhile. So Reedstone food into 2 wood, totally fine start for me. Barbarossa says Poker Player is a trap. Did Barbarossa make that card? Yeah, he did. Well, we'll see. We'll see what PM, what he took. If he has anything that helps him play occupations early easier. So Barbarossa does the 3 wood into Whale Oil start, which I like. I think Whale Oil is a nice card. So hopefully we get cheap occupation. He says I got it early enough during my draft to actually draft for it. So 4th, didn't he? Gray says, yeah, Poker Player is usually a trap. For it to be better than Tutor, you have to play all occupations by round 8. Out PM plays Master Huntsman. Okay, that'll help a lot. 2 read for us, I think. Or we can also play Woodcutter. We can play Woodcutter. It makes our 2 wood action with our second move a lot better. Could also have done like 2 clay into Banana Tree, but I think the Woodcutter is better, a bit better. So PM plays the Fireplace. Makes a lot of sense. So we get 4 wood, which is really excellent. I don't mind passing 2 read here, because it looks like PM and Mercator are not really, well, Mercator might be competing for first room, but I don't think I have to worry about him so much, because he's 2 wood actions away, Barbarossa's 2 actions away, I'm just 1 Reedstone Food action away from being able to build a room, so... Mercator, start player salary. So what's always interesting here is now does he morning trade? Because if you do morning trade, you're effectively giving Barbarossa start player in order to yeah, like salary is really not good. Okay, he's playing Hill Cultivator. Alright, that works, yeah. So this is the extra combo with Morning Trader, of course. Yeah. Barbarossa playing School Lunch Lady. Alright. So I'm hoping PM takes 4 wood so that I can get Reedstone Food. I like School Lunch Lady. I liked it even when it was a lot weaker. It's a card that's been buffed during kind of the iteration of these games. My turkey breeder is getting hurt a little because of the early Master Huntsman play and the sheep coming out as late as it is. So I might not have time to play turkey breeder. But I do have Fence Stealer, so I do still have a path of fencing very early. So we'll see. I have Doe, I have Banana Tree as minor improvements I can play. I could get Reedstone Food one more time, build the well, and also have the first room. I'd be pretty happy with that. Mercator grabbing food. Yeah, so the best way for me to get food in round 4 will be Reedstone Food. So if I don't get Reedstone Food, then Turkey Breeder probably not coming out. But I could take 4 wood here, build 2 stables, and then have room for a breeding pair of sheep. I wouldn't have room for the 4th sheep, which I need for carpet as well as the second food from Loom, but wouldn't be too bad. What's Barbarossa doing here? Start player Scrapyard Plow. Ooh, that's very interesting. Yeah. I wonder if he took the card that's you get food whenever you build stables if you have fields and vice versa. I wonder if that's what we're seeing here. There's 1 food action available. No one else is 1 action away from building a room. PM would have to take 2 read. So no, I don't want 4 clay. I'll take the wood. I'm actually not super opposed to letting PM grow ahead of me. Because I would be second, so I don't mind if he sits on start player to set me up. Barbarossa plays Occupation Vegetable Importer. Okay. I like that card. 3 vegetables is just such a nice number because you can usually eat one of them And then even if you don't sow the other two in round 11, if you can sow them in round 12, 13, that's going to be pretty good. All right. Okay. Well, this is awesome. I have reedstone food, or even better, 6 clay fall into my lap. No need for me to take build room when 6 clay is available. So I could definitely think about doing something like second action pottery, because reedstone food won't come back, but second action pottery should. I could still build a cooking hearth and then turkey breed and go for sheep that way. Oh, PM's building a cooking hearth. Oh, he's doing the upgrade, of course, yeah. So this is a really good position for me to be in, because I'm going to be able to build the first room in round 5 for no effort. So that means I get to do like whatever I want here. So I could take 2 reed and build 2 rooms at once. I could take wood. If I take wood, okay. So how do I lose start player here, or how do I lose the first growth here? I'm not really seeing it. So I can do 2 reed, which if I double build, I don't have the resources for banana tree anymore, because I wouldn't have any wood in my hand. Yeah, but how is double building 2 wood rooms not like a great play? I have to think it's got to be like so good for me. The only issue would be, how do I feed afterwards? All right, we'll keep feeding in mind and just take wood very blandly. Feed 4. Yeah, I'm not sure about that play. Definitely playing banana tree will be good, especially because I don't really have any other way of feeding. Cater does his sow, sure. Makes a lot of sense. 2 grain fields this early, definitely a nice position to be in. Then we've got Barbarossa taking 4 wood with his first move, which forces me into building a room. But I've got no problem building a room here, because I'm in a great position. First action, build room. Second action, reedstone food. Second action, 3 reeds. Second action, pottery. Yeah, I've got a lot of good options here. Let's build 2 stables. Let's build 3 stables, because 3 stables is enough for me to hold 4 sheep for carpet and 4 sheep for loom. So wood room and 3 stables. And PM is saying, wow, I'm glad I took sheep. Because if he didn't, I definitely would have been a threat too. So it looks like turkey breeder is going to rot in my hand, but that's okay. I mean, I have a way of holding animals early. The animals weren't available for me up to me otherwise, so I'm in a great spot. Just need to make sure I set up my feeding for the next harvest. All right, here we go. Here's some more interesting cards. Capitalist, and he is setting cattle. Okay, I'm pretty happy hearing that, because I definitely going animals, I'm definitely going to have time to grab some cattle when they are available. So reedstone food is an option here. 3 reed is an option. Pottery is an option. That's pottery. And then I have the resources for banana tree, and then I would just have to play one more occupation to have the resources for, to have the requirements for loom. So, looks okay. I mean, I'm not that happy that it looks like there's going to be a 6 wood action, but we might see Mercator. Oh, perfect. Alright. Barn. Really nice. This is really good for Mercator. PM says Morning Trader with support is crazy. Yep, it's a good card. Although he has given up a lot. I mean, it's cost him a lot to do what he's doing. I wonder if we're going to see Barbarossa start player here. Nope. Clay Oven. Alright, good. So I'm going to be super greedy here. I'm going to be super greedy and not start player with my first action. And I'll take like 4 food fishing, let's say. Yeah, I can do that. So the situation we're in is if anyone start players, the person immediately after them just builds a room, and they're handing that person the start player the first growth. So that enables for me to do something really greedy like this, which is take 4 food fishing. Which is unusual, because normally I would need to start player with my first move here, but fortunately I'm not in that position. I'm pretty sure what we see here now is Barbarossa builds a room. And then PM might start player, but if he doesn't, then I start player and I play banana tree. And actually, banana tree, loom, and pottery, my feeding for the next 3 harvests should be pretty set. 2 food per harvest plus 2 food per harvest plus 1 food per harvest should be enough. So I looked at clay supports earlier. That's like an old classic card. I'll just pull it up really quickly. So pause if you need to read it. And then here's Plowman. I'm 4th, so it looks like I'm in this spot. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. And use this food to pay for dough. Looking good. So second action for wood looks reasonably likely. 6 clay. There are a lot of good actions here. Yeah, a lot of good actions. 4 wood, 6 clay. Pretty likely to get something really nice. So we have start player diary here for Barbarossa. He hasn't really forced his whale oil. He's just been kind of like neutral with it, I would say. How hungry are people? Mercator's pretty hungry, but he has this grain that he can get pretty easily, so he would like traveling players. I don't think I need the traveling players action. I think probably taking wood is a great action for me. I don't really need the clay for a while, not until I'm going to renovate, so I think taking the wood is fine. And then I feed 3 food and a clay. There's a chance I get 6 wood here. Although, no, not that likely. PM probably chooses to take the 6 wood himself. But there's a chance. Yeah, so I'm definitely looking at Fence Dealer into Profit. And I would want to do those 2 cards because they will enable my Steel Plow and my Loom. So with Profit, I'm probably going to build 1 more wood room. So that means I'm going to need 4 clay a reed and 6 wood. 6 wood, defense 12 with my Fence Dealer. Which I already have 7 wood. So I only need another 5. Less than that. 4. I only need 4 more wood. Now I'm playing Loom, so 6 more wood. And then Steel Plow will come later, but yeah. Oh, this is interesting. Mercator deciding to play Village Fool instead of taking food. So he's going to eat some raw grain. Interesting. I definitely, I did this yesterday as well. Played Village Fool in round 7, partially forgetting that you don't get a point for the round 14 discard if you play in round 7. Because your 7th card is not worth anything. Alright. So, first action, Barbarossa plays Mini Pasture with his Hedgekeeper. Nice. Good combo there. Yeah, Barbarossa's having just like a very efficient game. All his actions are just very efficient. Diary's like 4 or 5 wood. You know, his clay oven is how he's feeding with his school lunch lady. Yeah, it's nice. Let's grab 3 sheep. Barbarossa has room to hold them now, so me taking them seems fine. Second action, 5 food if it comes back to me. 5 food traveling players for sure. And then last action, probably Fence Dealer, Occupation Fence Dealer. Although 2 reed is good and 3 stone with the well available is good as well. I could do that. I could do 3 stone into the well. How good is that extra room? It's pretty good. I guess the analysis I can do is that 2 reed is very likely. Okay, the stone is gone already. Okay, so it's not. I guess the question is, do I take 2 reed or 3 reed? That extra reed is pretty valuable, so I think it's okay to try to let it go to 3 reed. So we've got Barbarossa building some stuff. 2 rooms, 4 stables right away. Wow, that's a lot. So we'll grab the 5 food traveling players. 5 food's a good action. Patrick says rookie is about to bail on me. Oh, because they don't have enough to start a game. I was gonna say, what do you what do you mean? So I could redstone food here, but I don't think I really need to do that. I think just playing fence dealer is okay. So yeah, first move 3 read if it comes to me for sure. There's a reasonable chance that it does. Barbarossa is a couple moves away from building another wood room. Mercator, I have action priority over Mercator, so I don't have to worry about him, and I'm quite confident PM will not take 3 read. Not when he's trying to rush out occupations the way he is. So my feeding is in quite a good shape. Six food in my farm, 3 coming on the board for the next 2 harvests, plus I can convert to clay twice. So I'm at like 13 food for the next 2 harvests, which is enough to feed 6 twice and then pay 1 for a card like Profit. So if I can play a card like Loom before the next harvest, that'll be enough. That'll be like 15, which will be enough to feed the 4th family member in the stage 4 harvest. Mercator, start player. Oh, because he needs to get family growth, that's why. Yeah, there's no big rush on me building the 4th room. PM still has both of his growth actions to take, and Mercator has to take 1. So if I'm competing with PM, I don't get to grow till round 11 probably, and if I don't want to compete, I'm not growing till round 12. So there's some time here. Time for me to do other stuff. There is 2 boar available. I'm pretty sure Barbarossa is taking the 2 boar here. Although it's not guaranteed. 4 wood is a nice action. Alright, so what's PM doing? Pretty sure he's not going to start player. Maybe play an occupation while the cheap occupation is available. Might take 4 wood. This 4 wood is a good action. So I'm thinking 3 read into room into loom, something like that. Or 3 read into start player into loom, or into start player loom into room. Those are both options. I guess I have to be careful my timing on start player because Mercator could build a room. But if he's going to build a room, he has to do it with this action, and he needs a bunch of food, so yeah, pretty sure that's not happening. Yeah, I'm in a good spot. I just have a lot of actions. There's a lot of good flexibility on the board. Being able to grow first in round 7 with only 1 start player action is like really, really nice. Okay, so Barbarossa building stone oven, not the well. That's good for me because I'm definitely interested in building the well myself. So no one can block the room action. So this is what we're doing. Start player loom. I guess this is a reason to value loom higher. I should value more highly minor improvements that give food immediately. And loom is a card that gives food immediately, because it immediately gives me 1 food for the next harvest, which is nice. Loom, clay, 3 food. Then we'll grab family growth. We get to breed a sheep, and then play carpet, which takes one of those sheep away. There are 2 6 wood actions available, which are pretty awesome. And Mercator decides to morning trade. That's really surprising. I definitely would have considered 6 wood more valuable than morning trader. But that's just me. Ooh, debt collector. Wow, I'm getting a 6 wood action back. How silly is this? Debt collector, great card. Haven't seen it for a while. And PM is not even taking the 6 wood. Okay. Well, I will very happily take 6 wood. So I definitely want to consider taking one cattle is pretty weak, but yeah, getting 2 cattle next round is a very high priority action. Although I think Barbarossa probably will compete with me for it. Hard to say though. 5 clay would be a really good action. If I can get 5 clay, I'll be pretty happy. Lets me profit next round. Yeah, I'm playing woodworker. Okay. Five clay. Barbarossa says, nice tutor. Yeah, that's what it essentially is. It's tutor, but you have to rush the occupations out faster. At least in this game, that's what it's been. What a trap! So is Mercator going to start player here to get the 2 cattle? Mercator's pretty late on action, so it's definitely hard for him to do something like that. But it's possible. Oh, no. Beautiful. Oh, he took 1 cattle. Okay, that's fine. Who needs 3 cattle? Or who needs 2 cattle? I could take wood here. I think I take 3 stone. Yeah. Yep. 3 stone. I'm now set up in an okay spot to do something like start player steel plow at some point. Although I would like the well as well. Well would be nice. Definitely gonna occupation profit in this round. Four wood is a fine action. Although I don't need 4 more wood, I only need probably 3 more. Or actually, I only really need 2 more for steel plow. But if I want to build the well, 3 more. And if I want to joinery, more would be nice. With woodcutter, my wood actions are more efficient, so it's probably fine to take more. So we got crop rotator here from Mercator. This is a nice card. Very nice card. Did it need to come out here? Not so sure about that. Unless he's got a card like the Master Oven, I guess. Well, I'm pretty sure he does have Master Oven, but the question is this worth doing? He already had 2 grain on his farm, so yeah. Crop Rotator's good. I usually like to play it in like round 13. Something like the later you play Crop Rotator, the better, because then you don't need to do any more sow actions afterwards. It's kind of the reason I like it. We've got PM. I don't know if this is Family Growth or Start Player. This is okay. So he did his 2 actions back to back, I guess, which is not a big deal. I don't think Expensive Ock is getting taken, so let's grab the wood. Joinery or well, both are good actions for me. Mercator does have the Master Oven. Did he need to crop rotate before? Oh, 4 occupations. That's why. Okay, so I forgot about Master Oven having the 4 occupation requirement. That's pretty steep. So yeah, that's why I played crop rotator. Makes a lot of sense. Two food profit. Now I have the 3 occupations to play steel plow. I can also start taking, could take 1 cattle. 1 cattle is probably the only reasonable way I'm getting 2 cattle ever. So it's okay. With Capitalist out there, it seems like it's fine. It will be a little difficult for me to get to 6 cattle, but Capitalist isn't an all or nothing card, which is nice. It's like a partial victory is fine. So getting to 3 points will mean I'm only 2 behind PM on cattle, so that's fine. I can definitely do something like that. Mercator builds another room, which is going to make PM sad. Let's grab 1 cattle here. So then for my harvest, oh, I'm 1 food short. I think it should be fine. Barbarossa hasn't taken his action yet. Switch from 1 cattle to Reedstone food, please. So Reedstone food, so 5 food, loom, seed to feed. And I don't have a cattle on my farm anymore. Now I start getting 2 food from loom. And definitely want to consider building like a cooking hearth or something. Starting to eat animals before the next harvest. Probably means plow deal maker's not getting played. I guess my feeding means that joinery is probably more appealing than it would be otherwise. Compared to building the well. So I've got 6 food in the next harvest, 2 from clay, 2 from loom, 2 from the banana tree. Barbarossa took 1 cattle. Makes sense? So Mercator, first action, family growth with room in round 12. Very sad for PM. Barbarossa now gets a beautiful plow sow action that he gets to use his scrapyard plow with. Plus he has debt collectors. So yeah, we're going to see Barbarossa kind of go off at the end of the game here. He's going to have a really nice finale. Because he can take 2 cattle and family growth, or plow sow and family growth, whatever. He's got a lot of good options. I'm going to start player steel plow here. I know that there's debt collector out there, but I still get either plow sow or 2 cattle. Barbarossa, Reedstone food. I'm missing something. Maybe just taking the reed because he is planning on renovating at some point. I can take 1 cattle here. The problem with me taking 1 cattle is it makes it pretty clear that Barbarossa will plow sow family growth, and then I'm just kind of sad. So if I can let that cattle accumulate, I should. So that means I should do other stuff, like I could build the well here. The well is not as much food as the joinery though, so I wonder if I should consider building the joinery instead. If I build the joinery, I probably don't have to build like an oven or cooking hearth. So yeah, I think this is okay. And then I'll probably take vegetable and grain for my last 2 actions. Oh, Mercator takes 1 cattle. That's not good. Not good at all. I'll be annoyed if capitalist is the difference. I don't think it. It might be. I do have pretty nice major improvement points, like pottery and joinery. Pretty high point ceiling stuff. Let's grab a vegetable, and then we'll grab a grain. Pass to Barbarossa, because he is he debt collects. So he's gonna plow sow. So I think I just plow normally. I guess I could start player Dre. Start player Dre is an option to set up plow sow around 14. I think just plowing into sow bake is fine. I mean, I could even plow into start player still. I get a food from debt collector. Let's do my 4 fields. I get to family growth unblockably, which is nice. So I have to just figure out my feeding. Yeah, I can get to 9 food. Yeah, because I have 3 now, 2 loom, 1 wood, 1 clay. Yep. So I can do something like 2 boar, start player, family growth. Something like that's okay. Why didn't I plow sow? Because debt collector. Barbaro said played debt collector. Oh. Oh. What? Oh. Oh crap. Uh. Stupid. You're right, Gray. Barb went on family growth. Yeah. Like PM said he was getting an extra field. So I thought that field was. Okay, they're letting me change, thankfully. Yeah, because I thought PM. Yeah, PM announced his field. So then I thought it was Barbarossa using his plow. I get the two of them confused because I kind of have them linked in my mind. I haven't played with them enough times that they're really distinct individuals in my mind. Fortunately, they're being nice and friendly and letting me correct my obvious mistakes. I don't even have to ask, they're just letting me do it. I have to be more careful, and I have to read the freaking cards. Barbarossa, Reedstone food. Okay, so he's set up to double reno. PM needs read before he can reno. PM playing start player ladder. Yeah. Cool. So I'll grab a couple points from Boar. So round 14, I need a clay action, a 4 clay action, which is going to be 2 food and a point. I need a wood action, which is going to be 2 food and a point probably. And then, how am I, yeah, that's not going to be enough. It's going to be too slow. So I think probably what I need to do is I need to sow bake a grain, and discard dough, but I'm not allowed to bake. I don't have any source of baking. How will I feed in that last harvest? Loom will be 2, so I have 6, so I will need another 4. I need to make up another 4 somehow. Something like Basket Maker's Workshop is an option. I could always eat raw crops. Yeah, is this on Reno? Oh, it's on Family Growth, okay. So I still have 2 actions. I think I take cattle here. Although 2 cattle would be pretty appealing. I don't think I'm getting 2 cattle. That seems too greedy. Mercator not taking a cow is strange. It's a 4-point action. Yeah, I don't know. I'm happy to get cow. Get a cow. So PM did start player, but he doesn't really have. It's not obvious that plow sow is a great move for him. So I wonder a little bit what he's got planned. He might be thinking about Reno fence, because there are a bunch of fencing actions still to go. Both Barbarossa definitely wants defense. Mercator wants defense. Yeah, all 3 of them want a fence. So PM did like a start player action instead of fencing almost. So I'm not really sure. I might be the beneficiary of that. It might mean that I get a plow sow action, which will be huge. It'll be like a 4-point action, or like 2 points and 2 food or something. I could save myself some food by not family growthing here. I could family growth in the last round. So what would I do instead? Probably take grain. I could maybe take 2 stone, but Barbaros is going to build the well. Okay, yeah, just did it now. So, yeah, it would be taking grain. Probably would be the move. Maybe taking clay so that I can build a pottery or build a fireplace. Yeah, you know what? I'm pretty food tight. I'll save the family growth action for the last action in the game. I'm not getting to stone anyways. There's too much competition around Reno in the last round. So I'm taking grain here is okay. So so I feed 2 food, clay, wood, loom. Someone put a food on this. Oh, it's the well. It's just Barbarossa putting out the well. Yeah, normally player 2 would be top right, but these guys kind of moved it around a little. This seems wrong. You will almost certainly get day labor next round, last action at the very least. So it's a 2 food. It's a 2 food difference, right? I think it's going to be okay. I think it probably will be the same points either way. I'm pretty lucky having plow sow fall into my lap like that. Yeah, so the question is the grain better? Like I get to sow the grain, which is nice. Um, yeah, I'm not sure if this is better or not. I guess taking grain before you sow is worthwhile. This might be better. Yeah, it might just be because of the plow sow falling into my lap, but I'm not totally sure. So looking like we're gonna have probably only 1 point from the cattle, because I imagine someone's taking cattle here. Cattle is 2 points. Pretty sure a point and 2 food is better than 2 points. Yeah. Loom, I'm jumping the gun a little with the loom because I don't actually have 3 points from it yet. Just anticipating it that when I breed for the last time that I will have that. So 2 point cattle. Pretty sure this is better. The other clay action now is a 2 point move as well. So, and then family growth is probably a 2 point move because probably have to eat a point. So what do I have coming in? 2 food from loom, 2 food from clay. So I'm at 5, and then if I take wood, I'm up to 7. So yeah, family growth is a 2 point action. Cattle is a 2 point action. Yeah, my feeding has not been as efficient as it needs to be to have a really good game, which is gonna end up costing me quite a bit. I'm a little unlucky that the clay isn't better, like that there's not like a 6 clay action. Like taking Grace says taking wood is worse than 3 food. Is that the case? Wood is a point and 2 food. Traveling players is 3 food. Don't forget about woodcutter. Yeah, so I'm pretty sure woodcutter makes it equivalent at the least. So we'll woodcutter grab an extra wood. Yeah, so my last action is 2 points no matter what it is. It's cattle, it's family growth, it's wood, it's clay, any of those things. Family growth should be 3 points. Probably because I'm going to have to eat a raw crop anyways, right? So 2 food loom, 2 food wood, 2 food, yeah. So I can eat 2 grain and that's only 1 point. So yeah, you're right. Family growth is 3 points. Yeah. So considering that my first pick was Fence Dealer, game turned out pretty well, I have to say. Like this is only going to be like a 46, 47 point farm, and it might not be enough to win, but still ends up being an okay finish. So loom 2, wood C, F, 2G, feed 9. +1, -1, -1. So what's my final score? Whatever I score +6. So actually 50. That doesn't seem right at all. 52, wow. Wow, 52, that's 6 points better than I was expecting. And it was not really close. Wow, I had no idea what was going on in this game. My opponents are all around 40. So PM's got 40, Barbarossa's got, Marcator's got 44. $44, 48, 40, 52. Wow. Marcator says 45. Okay. So pretty good game considering that my 3 plate occupations are woodcutter, fence dealer, prophet. I benefited a lot from PM forcing out poker player. It meant that he got to that he didn't go for like I just had such good actions available to me. And the fact that I got 6 wood as late as I did in that one round, like this was really very, yeah. And that PM wasn't following the family growth queue really tight, so that I was able to jump him to grow forth. I thought my feeding was going to let me down at the end of the game because I had all those 1-point actions, but I guess I just had so many actions it didn't end up mattering. Yeah. The fact that I didn't get this stone and I have 2 negative points and I still managed 52, that's quite good. It's quite good. All right. Well, that's going to be all for me. Thank you very much for watching. Hope you've enjoyed this little video. I need to prioritize going first more often. I always think that when a game like this happens and you just go first and then you cruise to victory. I guess what worked out nicely was the fact that I only needed 1 start player action to get the first growth in round 7. Like that's a really strong position to be in. Getting to room round 5 and then second action start player round 6 into family growth, like my action quality early on was quite good, so that worked out nicely. Anyways, thank you very much for watching. Hope you've enjoyed this little video. If you like watching Agricola videos, you should follow some people on Twitch, like Montu, twitch.tv/gamermontu, who is probably streaming right now. Lumen, twitch.tv/lumen_s, and Gray0, GRAEY. So get all your Agricola fix from there. When will I stream again? Today's Monday. I might stream on Wednesday during the day. If I don't stream Wednesday, probably Friday. Wednesday or Friday, I'm planning to. It'll be about a similar time as today. So yeah, I will see you guys then. Later.